Our history can live on long after we've passed on, as long as there's someone who remembers our story. Joyce Harrison has many stories to tell. She's an accomplished piano teacher. She's also the daughter of Willie Haslerig.
I always honored him playing. He always liked for me to play for him. My whole family did. This is Willie A. Haslerig in his official Marine uniform. I always loved that picture and saw that as a child.
Handsome.
Yes, my dad was a very handsome man. And as he grew older, he was a handsome old man.
Willie Haslerig joined the Marine Corps in 1945 and was sent to Montford Point, a separate boot camp for African Americans. After training, he was sent to Hawaii. He was among the first 20,000 black U.S. Marines.
He did not even receive an overseas ribbon. His record shows no accommodation.
And there was no recognition for more than 50 years. But in 2012, that recognition finally came.
This is really an honor that he deserves, and all Montford Marines deserve.
He was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest honor a civilian can receive. The certificate that came with it was signed by the Commandant of the Marine Corps.
They fought against the enemy during World War II, while they also fought for their civil rights and the respect of their fellow Americans.
It was also signed by President Obama.
And I believe that's the moment when they brought this over to Dad that the tear just came.
News Channel 9 interviewed Mr. Haslerig just before he received the medal. He explained some of the obstacles and difficulties he faced in the 1940s.
Serve your country. You put your best foot first, and then get home when home not appreciated.
Willie Haslerig passed away just a few months after that interview. After the Marines, he came back here to North Georgia, raised a family, worked here the rest of his life.
You were born here. You were born on this property.
Born on this property.
And you live here today.
And I live here today.
My wife's generation is the fourth that have actually lived here. Her great-grandfather, George Haslerig, bought an initial 15 acres, and he got that 15 acres in the late 1890s.
For decades, this was a large dairy farm, C.D. Haslerig & Sons Dairy. This photo hangs on the wall of Tom and Joyce's home. This is what the farm looked like in the 1980s. With the exception of his 1 year of military service, Willie Haslerig worked this land his entire life.
You almost feel a spiritual connection to your family when you've been on the property that you knew they built by hand. It feels good. It just feels good to be here.
And to call that property a dairy farm doesn't do it justice. There was a dairy processing plant on the place. They had vegetables and chickens and eggs and fruit there. David Glenn told me that he went on a school field trip there when he was a kid. So it was a big operation there.
I can feel the spiritual connection that you mentioned.
Sure.
There does seem to be one there with the family.
They've been there on that property for a very long time.
Quickly, what do we know about the Montford Point Marines?
Well, they were there to do a couple of different things. One, support, but they also had combat roles, played a big role in the Battle of Iwo Jima, also the Battle of Okinawa.